Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Path of Exile with me, EclecticAndrew the Gamer, and our good little witch here. Last time we defeated the Brine King, the major god of Act 7. Having defeated him, we sailed with Waylum Roth here to the Bridge Encampment of Act 7. Let's talk to everyone, find out what's going on here in Act 7.
Ship and its aberrant captain. I imagine you had rather an interesting voyage here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Inquisitor Maligaro. We must have his soul. He has most certainly returned to his old haunt, yet his manifestations are like wisps on the wind. There one moment, gone the next. While
Weird.
Unfamiliar with the phantasmal trails and tributaries that filigree this reality, Maligaro's exact whereabouts eludes me. You can speak with these desperates who cling to this broken bridge, that young Templar scholar in particular. Their mundane knowledge must provide where my enlightened sapiens cannot.
Okay. We'll talk to, probably... What's his name? Eremer. What about the origins of the gods, Sin? What can you tell us about that?
Before the beast, bathed in the shadows of lost memory, when men and women like you could ascend.
Wow, really?
Through rareness of quality and the adoration of their people, these few could reach out into the quickening mists of immortality and grasp the power of godhood.
Cool.
Transcendence is never easy. Like the pains of childbirth, it reeks of agony, tragedy, and sacrifice. The sacrifice most often being of one's humanity. That is simply the way of it. Those of us who seek the immortal throne live long enough to see ourselves become truly monstrous.
Oh. That's sad. Well, Waylum, you brought us here. Anything to say now?
This here broken bridge speaks to me some. A fair
Really?
place to rest my old bones for a bit. And tell you what, with all this sunlight and fresh air...
Oh yeah, sunlight.
I can feel the calling forth of the poetic muse beneath me trousers. Been a long time since I felt this here compass point in any direction. Now,
okay.
navigations and the like. A long time ago, I had me a nice collection of riches stuffed away in a lockbox. Being the stupid ass that I am, I buried the thing one eve when I was high in my cups.
Oh, so you were drunk. Okay.
Me remember where except I knew it was near this broken bridge.
Really? Somewhere nearby here.
The box has a silver locket in it. It holds the portrait of my late wife, Meredith.
Oh.
It's the last thing I have in this world to remember her by. If you happen across my lockbox in your travels, I'd be appreciating of its return.
Okay. Maybe I'll try to look for that. What about Mervale? You kind of had your last...
Affair, truth be told. Thought I could return to the golden days, you know. Be a terror of the high seas like in me youth. Problem was, they'd all forgotten me. Those young blighters sailing about, they had no clue who I even were.
Whoa.
Figured if I could complete another great feat, like slaying that sea bitch Mervale, maybe that'd earn me my respect back. Suppose I don't need to tell you, that girl is stronger than she looks. All it took were one slip of the old hands, and next I knew, the Black Crest were right against the coast, and I'm getting myself eaten alive by that hag. Peeled each separate muscle from my bones, she did.
Ew.
I tell you, it weren't pretty.
Mervale became really monstrous herself.
I know Lily.
Yeah, your granddaughter Lily.
Great, and it cuts me deep not to go visit the lass. Thing is, I reckon she should remember me as I was, not retch at the sight of the spectre I be now. Let the legend live on in her mind, I say.
Really? What's Pondium?
Think of the worst place you can imagine. That's Pondium. Now think of the gods be damned best whorehouse you've ever had the pleasure of. That's Pondium. A pirate paradise full of
Ah.
bars to stab, holes to fill, and devious liquor to imbibe. Brine rots control the whole island and make sure it lives up to the lowest of expectations.
Okay.
Can't imagine much has changed since I was there last. Still, it's a good place to swashbuckle and make love to a bawdy, buxom bunter out back of a boozy bar.
Did you have to go out to the back of the bar?
Them brine rods be a nasty bunch. Led by me very own flesh and blood, me baby sister Lucy.
Huh.
The rot mother, they call her now. Used to be that I were their leader, back when the brine rots were about one thing, and one thing only, raiding, pillaging, and plundering their scrawny black guts out.
Isn't that three things?
Lucy were me first mate, for years. But she got a whiff of the power that being captain could gain her, and mutineered me own sister. Dropped me on some deserted island off the coast of somewhere. The bitch. Took months to make it back to the mainland. That brine rod clan's been trouble ever since. Used to have some good old-fashioned pirate on 'em. And now, they're raving mad lunatics out for their next fix of fear and fortune.
Aw. Too bad.
Always
Your
keep
sister
right
seems to have taken the Brine Rot clan and city to rot. Airmare.
Ah, yes. You do seem to have a penchant for presenting yourself when times are at their most perplexing.
Perplexing.
It would seem that our Almighty has forsaken us. False deities from ages past now rise and ravage, while our blessed innocence remains as silent as the stones at my feet. So much for Templar propaganda, eh? Well, I suppose if we are to fend for ourselves, then I should answer your troubling arrival with our own most pressing tribulation. The relic that washed ashore and started all the chaos.
Relic?
It was covered
What's going
in
on?
ancient Val inscriptions. The symbols were much weathered, making them challenging to translate. Yet I did my best. The inscriptions spoke of the god Ralakesh. If this
Really?
object somehow housed the spirit of that many-faced monstrosity, then I fear we are all in danger. Ralakesh was renowned for his penchant for subjugation and control. Please, I urge you to destroy
Oh, yeah.
this god,
Maybe we could.
for his strength and
We've taken on a few gods now.
dominance. Nip this divine threat in the bud, as it were. Our poor friend, Grust, has likely become
Friend?
Rakesh's avatar in this world.
Avatar, really?
At least his recent behavior would indicate as much. If you could see to Grust's passing, Ralakesh will be forced to retreat into the relic.
Huh.
Destroy the relic, and perhaps you will also destroy the god.
You know, we've seen something a few times now, haven't we? Where we beat the god, and then Sin comes down and does some weird magic thing over them. Maybe it's not us just beating the gods, but maybe it's actually Sin killing the gods. I don't know. Let's see as we continue on our adventure.
Ralakesh, the god of many faces. I read about this god when I looked after the museum in Theopolis. It said he was obsessed with governance, in particular the control of humanity through our base animal instincts.
Oh, animal instincts.
He ruled over the citizens of one unfortunate Val city. Alas, the name escapes me. Yet I do recall that his experiments brought his subjects to the brink of extinction, and that he was forced to enslave many a primitive Asmodean of the time so as to repopulate his domain. Though I shudder at the thought, I can only imagine that Ralakesh has rather similar plans now.
Yeah, maybe he does. That would suck for us. Silk. He's missing too.
It started with a few mumblings in his slumber.
then long forays into the wilds, searching for relics of a distinctly arachnid nature.
Arachnid?
I thought it a natural extension of Silk's eccentric persona at first. Then came the sleepless nights studying those relics, the fevered recitations in broken Valish, the strange 8-phase rituals. Then one night Silk gathered his collection and scuttled off into the darkness without a word. Silk has always been susceptible to fine fictions. Perhaps he has finally shunned reality altogether.
Oh no. Something's wrong with Silk, too. What about Whalem? I kind of brought Whalem here. What do you think of him?
Case that flies in the face of all that is natural. Whalem is undead for sure. Something we have in spades in Rayclust. But a sentient, reasonable ghost? Now that is rare indeed.
Yeah, it is.
When we talk, I feel as if I'm staring into the breach, witnessing that which man was not meant to know. I have theorized about what animates the pirate's essence, how he manages to manifest on this earth once again. I think I shall compile my observations and speculations into a book.
Oh, you're going to write a book.
Eramir's Elucidations of Undeath. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
I suppose Richie would love to read some more books.
Fare you well.
Ina! Hello, Ina!
Alive. The great spirit spoke in my dreams, told me that darkness would again drown our light.
Yeah, it is awfully dark here.
And you, Exile, would walk before the flood. But what is this? You are not alone. A shade, a memory, older even than... No, older than spirit? Fear grips my throat.
Sin is older than spirit?
Spirit drapes a warming cloak upon my shoulders. This ancient ghost that follows you, it has the trust of the spirit. And if the spirit trusts, then I trust.
Oh, thanks, Ina. Maybe we should trust Sin a little bit more, too. What happened to the Forest Encampment?
For our old home. But what the
Why are you here?
Is, we must embrace. The spirit, it claims who it needs to, when it needs to. There is no sense in sadness.
Oh no. Okay.
I watched Silk for many days, scurrying to this old Val stone, scurrying to that old Val ruin, always muttering. He talked and talked and talked, yet I heard no one answer. The spirit warned that I should stay away from him. It pained me. Silk is my friend, yet I must listen to spirit. I go from Silk's side, and now he is gone from mine. I do not know where Silk go, but I see him in dreams. He is caught in great spider web that stretch into darkness. And that spider web, it is full of bones. More bones from more people than I ever see in my life. If you find Silk, please, free him from the web. Don't let him become bones like the rest.
Huh. Maybe as his friend, maybe he'll be able to help us.
Rayclust has changed. Once, I knew my place in this world. I knew my place within the spirit. Now, doorways have opened. Doorways I can neither see nor touch, but through which the spiritless ones pass all the same. The spiritless ones must be driven back. Their doors must be closed. May the Great Spirit guide you in your battles against these ancients that mean us nothing but ill.
Yeah, definitely. We'll fight them.
I belong to no one but the Spirit. I have no need for the sweet words and caresses of a ghost. Whalem, he makes me laugh, and he hears the voice of the Spirit. Not in the same way I do. His spirit speaks of the great waters beyond this land. He pays heed to the Spirit, and the Spirit loves him for it. I do not. It is better to speak to the dead than no one at all. Whalem knows the Spirit, but he will not know me.
Ah. Alrighty then.
Remember to live.
Yeah, we will live. Hey, there's a new master here.
Gods. You're no saint, I can see
Really?
that. Though, who am I to question what form divine providence comes in?
Why are we...
Alva Valai, reliquarian extraordinaire. A seeker of mysteries, explorer of the unknown, lover of all things that glitter, and I need your help.
Huh.
The lost temple of Atsuatl. Halls lined with finery, boxes stuffed with glimmering riches, and relics touched by insurmountable power. The eons lost to history, until now.
Okay.
I believe the secret of its location lies in the Val City, which until very recently was submerged and completely unreachable. But with all that's going on, the city has risen from the depths and, well, it's still completely unreachable. It seems the only way to even get close is across the river, and the only crossing is overrun with bandits. I've a plan that could make both of us unbelievably wealthy, but perhaps one day.
Yeah, maybe one day, Alva. Alva is another master, like Einhar, who will join us in questing in search of her specific quest. I don't like Alva, not one bit. I don't like her quest. It's an okay quest, but I've died so many times for no reason whatsoever.
Moment and Rayclast bites you in the proverbial.
Oh no, what's wrong,
I
Helena?
imagine that's how you're feeling upon visiting us this time. It's how I feel about now. I
Oh no.
think that the Inquisitor's spirit has indeed returned to the Chamber of Sins.
Ah,
Yet
okay.
while you won't encounter Maligaro by wandering his halls, I do perhaps know how you can find him.
Really?
Whilst investigating the Fell Shrine, I learned of the existence of a map.
A map?
Forged by Maligaro from his own viscera.
Ew.
This map allowed him to transfer his spirit into another form of existence, an existential safe house to which he could retreat should death ever attempt to take him.
Huh.
Understanding the map's purpose, Vol tried to destroy it, to no avail. So he locked it away deep within the ruins of Freesia Cathedral.
Huh.
Find that map and place it upon the Reverie device in Meligaro's old
Oh,
forge.
really?
And when you step over that threshold, expect the very worst.
Oh, okay. We're crossing the threshold between reality and unreality.
Wrong. I've witnessed many unsettling things in my lifetime, but a spectral corsair living next door to me? We reside in dark times indeed, when the living need share their quarters with the dead. I didn't think it possible for Silk to grow any more peculiar, but then I've been wrong
Peculiar.
about so many things since coming to Rayclast that I shouldn't have been at all surprised. Still, it's interesting that his behavior of late has mirrored that of certain Templar zealots I had the dubious pleasure of meeting back in Theopolis. Like them, Silk appeared obsessed with finding answers to this reality in some ethereal realm of divinity. For my part, I prefer to keep faith in this world. The answers that come from beyond are seldom the ones we want.
True, true.
My poor Groost. A kind
Your poor
man,
Groost?
a strong
He's kind?
And now, I begged him not to meddle with that relic. It washed ashore after the earthquake, and Groost simply had to know whether it was a danger to us. To me. The unholy thing within that device. It possessed Groost, turned him into a monstrosity. We fled the village, and as I turned back, I saw he was killing them. The stragglers, killing them all, even the children. My Groost is dead. That thing that has stolen his body. Please, destroy it.
You don't think we're gonna have some kind of Vader redemption story with Groost here?
I'm aware that you and Groost had something of a commercial relationship prior to his accident. As is the Asmeri custom, Groost's few possessions have now passed to me. I'm by no means the warrior he was, yet I know my blades and bows well enough. At least it's something I can do to honor his memory, and to keep my mind off things.
Alrighty then. Yes, Helena is the weapon and armor vendor now, and Yina is still the currency and magic vendor, skill gem vendor. And here's our stash right next to Helena, so every time we go to use the stash, we can talk to Helena. And as I said before, as we continue on into the Broken Bridge launch area,
When I'm ready,
I am going to be saving my skill points for this act, pretty much until the end. Not total end, but You will see. You will see. That way we have a bunch of skill points to use all at once. And have fun leveling up. I'm sure we won't level up more than 2 times in this act, but maybe 3 considering I'm already halfway towards another level. But we do get a lot of skill points from quest rewards in this... Excuse me, in this act. Turquoise amulet. Maybe I want that. I'm gonna keep a lookout for an amulet going forward. See if there's something I want better. Helmet, too. But, well, maybe not a helmet. Because since I re-rolled the, energy shield stat on the... on whatever the Crown of Thorns, that's what's called. It's very good, very, very good. Giving me almost 3,000 energy shield here. You know, and I may not have showed this last time, but there's this fortress. Last time we were in this area, in Act 2. There's this abandoned fortress here. Broken down, run down fortress. And in the corner over here, there's some kind of dirty lockbox. It's locked. I can break it open. Okay, Witchy, go ahead and break it open. Yeah. Okay. Good job, Witchy. Hey, a silver locket. It says, from Whalem to Meredith. I shall love thee as I love the sea. Yes, that's Whalem's lockbox. If there had been anything else in there, Whalem would have, well... Let's take all the possessions of the lockbox to Whalem. Oh, the waypoint's been destroyed. Presumably to stop Groost and Ralikash's army from attacking the Bridge Encampment real easily. Let us take all of the possessions inside that lockbox to Whalem. And, I mean, they're his possessions. Including the locket. The locket's what he wants, really, but maybe there were some other things inside that lockbox that might be useful to Whalem now. Even as a Spectral Corsair. And we've already reached the end of the Broken Bridge area. To the crossroads we return. Ooh, daylight has dawned. Good. Still some skeleton farmers. Some more acolytes now that we know of Ralakash. Oh, hello, Einhar. Yes, we will hunt. I was speaking of the Masters a moment ago with Alva, and the thing is, I don't like Alva and her missions, but I do like Einhar a little bit. He's funny. Yeah, a little bit, we can. Mysterious voice. But yes, I like Einhar. He's funny, I mean, and his mission kind of involves sort of fun, strong monsters, but they give you a lot of experience, really, when you catch them. And as for his main gimmick to sacrifice the monsters, I don't use it a lot, but I do use it occasionally, just to try to empty out my stash of monsters. Not that I think there's a limit on how many monsters you can have in the menagerie of Einhar's, but it's just something I do every once in a while. And I think the thing is, you can actually focus who you're sacrificing, the monsters I mean, what kind of monsters you're sacrificing, based on the different chapters of the bestiary that Einhar has, to kind of focus into getting a super monster to spawn within the Blood Altar.
The first ones look upon this capture with pride, Exile. You hunt well.
Ah, thank you, Einhar. And those super monsters kind of drop specific armors and weapons and whatnot that are unique to them. A little Val area. Let's run it really quick. And I was kind of running around there, running the Delirium Mirror event. I like doing that too, because experience. And those cluster gems, I love those cluster jewels. I'm always looking out for good cluster jewels. I'm always like, maybe I should respec something into some cluster jewels. You know, respec a build into some cluster jewels that are really good. And I would love one day to have at least one full cluster. Whoa, why did I die? Well, that sucks. I would one day love to have a full set of socketed cluster jewels. You know, one large, two medium, maybe four or two smalls. I don't know how many jewel sockets a medium typically comes with. It might be one. Yeah, I think it might be one, so it would be two smalls. One per medium. And the largest is the one that comes with the two sockets for more jewels. Well, anyways, of course, having returned to the crossroads, we can now choose to go in any of the directions we please, as long as we get the waypoint. Always grab the waypoint for areas like this. Of course, we can try to return west to the Bridge Encampment. However, I think we may find the way forward over there is going to be, if I get over here, blocked off by, oh, yeah, there's some people on the other side of that, or some traps laid down in front of that burning cart that are, wow, why just keep leveling up and leveling up? Some traps laid down that are sending off some flying burning arrows to kill who's ever trying to cross that, or approach that burning cart. Oh. What's the title of that episode? I'm trying to think of something. From Ace Attorney. While I think of that, let me continue. Of course, from the crossroads, you can return either to the Chamber of Sins, where Sin might be hiding, but we don't know where he's hiding. Or we could also go down to the Fellshrine Ruins. Maybe look for that way to find Sin inside his Chamber of Sins. Why don't we do that today? Pick one. Andrew, pick one. Okay, we're going down. Going down, 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 down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what that song is. I will look it up when I go to edit this video so I can put it in the corner saying what that song is. I just know the song by a couple of notes and words. The Fellshrine Ruins. Whoa. There's some new necromancers here. They're day necromancers for one thing. Plus they also love to summon a bunch of skeletons whenever you approach them. If I could approach one really quick without attacking somewhere, we will see that they will summon them in a small circle around us. Yep, right there. See, look. Now the Bringer of Souls. They will raise some skeletons whenever we come near them. There's, of course, normal zombies popping out of the ground. There's this one, which just died. He had this special mirror image modifier on him, where he creates a bunch of mirror images to say, hey, I'm over here. I'm over here. No, here. And you can kill the mirror images as much as you like, but he can just keep creating new ones until you kill him himself. And it's typically easier to find the normal one because the main one Because it'll take more damage to kill it than the mirror image. I wonder if they would ever make a skill gem that makes use for the players to have that mirror image effect. That'd be interesting to see. Well, there is technically 2 skills that make use of the mirror image of the player. Is Mirror Arrow and Blink Arrow. Because Blink Arrow, I believe, is a bow skill that if you were to shoot it over here, you would blink over to that spot over here and leave behind a mirror image behind you of yourself. That would be a minion that would fight for you. Mirror Arrow is kind of the opposite, where you would fire it off over here and a mirror image of yourself would pop up over here and start attacking for you while you're left behind at the original spot. Does the statue say anything more? No, statue doesn't say anything more. We've read it before, we don't need to read it again. I didn't see any lore on our way here either, so... Let us enter the cathedral proper. The crypt even. Find Maligaro's map. Find it we will. I'm sure of it. We must if we're to seek him out. Oh hey, I leveled up. This crypt is pretty much the same as before. Except if we go far enough, we will find that the second floor, where we found Jeffrey's hand, and Jeffrey the Bashful, or whatever he was called, down in the second level of the crypt, has been collapsed. The stairs are no longer accessible as the foundation has kind of shifted and crushed the ways forward. So there's really nowhere to go except somewhere here on the first floor. Only we could find where that area would be. Plus the, what do you call it? Trial of Ascendancy is still available. So this is also going to be a new Trial of Ascendancy, allowing us to access the labyrinth for a second time through use of the same Trial of Ascendancy, same as the prison. So we would have to, back in Act 6 and now in Act 7, have to run these 2 trials again, and one more, in order to enter the labyrinth at a higher level. Try to ascend higher and higher. Higher and higher. I love that song. You know your love keeps lifting me. That's a good song. I know it's like a wedding song that gets played a lot at weddings, but it's such a good song. You can play it anytime you want. So many spiders. I wonder why there seems to be so many spiders in these temples nowadays. Where am I going? Maybe over here? No, not over here. Oh, over there. Right where I was over by the Trial of Ascendancy. Well, let's try to get back there. Maybe by going this way, we will find our way. No, gotta walk all the way back around. Lovely, 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 lovely. Let us walk this way. Walk this way. Young Frankenstein reference there for any of you movie files to enjoy. Oh, look at this sarcophagus surrounded by all these lovely little purification candles. Well, let us dive into this mysterious sarcophagi that has some stairs underneath it. Something must be buried here. Seems to be a library of sorts. full of books and monsters and widows. You know, those wraith spirits that are scream at you. Banshees. And skeletons.
When I'm ready.
Come on, get up. Well, supposedly this place was used by Vol as a means of securing, storing, hiding away that which he couldn't destroy, or did not want to be seen by the public eye, and think, hey, this goes, and think this, hey, this goes against the ways of the. Whoa, oh, I freaked for a second. I thought that was a Six Link. Yes, within this container of sins is Maligaro's map. Certain maps can only be rendered in the most vivid of viscera, says Maligaro. Yeah, you would say that, Maligaro, wouldn't you? Well, first of all, let me look at this nice little white-socketed doohickey in this ring. You know, if I were to go back to town and scour this armor, then alk it. One more time. Scour one more time. I'll get one more time. Let's see if I get better modifiers. Whoa. Whoa-y, whoa, whoa, whoa. Except for that fire res, that's kind of good, isn't it? And we could hold down the alt button to see what the tiers are. Ooh, those tiers are not good at all. Oh, I didn't even realize this regeneration was suck too. Well, if we use a Orb of Blessing... No. What is it that re-rolls the tiers? I don't know. I could swear there was one that re-rolled the tiers of the item. But whatever. No need to look into it too deep. Just, it's something I now have. Oh, and the silver locket. Let us... Oh, Helena wants to talk too.
No easy feat, removing that abomination from its tomb. The horrors that must still lurk beneath the fell shrine.
Yeah, banshees and everything.
I suppose you'll be meeting abominations aplenty where you're going next. Place that map upon Maligaro's reverie device, and remember, hope for the worst. At least then you'll be partially prepared for what's to come.
Be prepared.
Expedition into the Chamber of Sins, I stumbled upon a secret passage. It appears
Oh,
to
really?
have been constructed by the Inquisitor for the purpose of conveying his creations from his laboratory via an ancient cave system to the surrounding countryside without detection.
Oh.
These caves seem to feed out into what was once farmland near our former village.
Oh, really?
It may prove a
You know
useful
that...
route for you, although the passage was locked when I last stood before it. Let us hope that the key remains somewhere
Yeah.
nearby.
That might be a good way to get over to
Go with courage.
Bruce and the village, the river encampment. Anyone else have anything to say besides Whalem? Oh, you can speak of Ralakash with Sin.
This time amongst the ruins of an encampment most familiar to you.
Yeah.
By your friends, the Asmeri.
Once inhabited, now conquered.
Kish. He's ruthless and cruel with cunning unfathomable. Yet he bears one defining weakness. A fear he forged into chains of his own keeping. His is the terror of grasping too much, and having it all slip through his fingers.
Ah, so he's got the Iron Fist dementia.
Vulnerable.
The more you tighten your grip on us, the more we slip through your fingers.
Ralakesh, the illustrious master of a million faces. I call him the god of hide and seek.
Huh.
While other deities waged wars, spread their seed, and laid waste to whole empires. Ralakesh perched on his throne in a dark palace of ebony, choked with incense, blinded by obedience, and deafened by a senseless cacophony of brass gongs. Thankfully, he never had the courage to peek over the high walls he built, else the world might have been different.
Okay.
Remember,
Whalem, we found your lockbox and your locket.
Oh, me darling, me beautiful Meredith. How I miss your shuddering bosoms, your quivering thighs. She had a heart to melt an iceberg, and teats the size of a... Ooh. Well, anyway, I thank you greatly. Please, whatever else be in that lockbox, take your pick from it. This locket be the only treasure I need.
Well, that's what I thought. He would have given us whatever else was in the lockbox anyways, I figured. But, ooh, nice little flasks. Maybe I want this jade flask. I don't need a life flask, and like I said before, I was looking for something to have otherwise than, life flasks, so that would be good to equip in place of a life flask if I were ever to say, oh, let me dodge something.
That's a pretty young thing, ain't she? Bosoms to eclipse the sun she has.
I don't think they're that big, sir.
Spend some time here. Get to know the lass a tad more. Never mind that she's young and alive and I be, old and dead. Once she hears me poetry, that is. Not a girlie alive who won't want for a bit of the old rot tooth once he breaks out the, tongue twisters and word plays. Not that she'd likely hold much interest in an old ghost like me. Still, a man can dream, even a dead one.
He is he's very in touch with his libido.
That lassie. Pretty on the eyes, I reckon. But she's got her knickers pulled up far too high. Bit uptight, if you ask me. Eramir, oh, he's a tad dull. Tends to ramble on a bit. Still, he's a few interesting stories of his own. So might be worth chewing the fat with from time to time. Fair winds.
Okay,
calm seas.
and with that lovely exchange with Whalem, we wind it today, everyone. We will find out what Maligaro's map can do for us next time. And until next time, you take care of yourselves and have fun, everyone. Bye-bye.